Guys in Washington have got to get their act together. It's actually a budget in balance. We get that done on a timely basis and give families and businesses some confidence that tomorrow's going to be a better day.
The federal government is now shut down. It's the first one we've seen since President Donald Trump's first term in 2018. Now Americans across the nation and here in Connecticut are asking, how does this impact me? Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Annette Montgomery. Now, right now, Republicans and Democrats cannot agree on how to fund the government from now until late November. They missed the 12:01 a.m. deadline this morning, forcing the shutdown. So that means hundreds of thousands of federal workers won't clock in until this shutdown is over. So here's what to know. Democrats say the spending bill does not fulfill its health care subsidies that President Trump and Republicans refused to extend. Republicans call the Democratic proposal a non-starter that could cost taxpayers more than $1 trillion.
Now, while lawmakers are negotiating on Capitol Hill, Connecticut families who rely on federal programs want to know what happens next. Fox 61's Nick Bradshaw is outside the Connecticut State Capitol. And Nick, you have some answers from the governor tonight.
Yeah, I have those answers. You know, the state of Connecticut's been saving for a rainy day. That rainy day is here. They told us behind these doors they've been preparing for this moment. Take a look. Families in Connecticut who rely on programs like WIC and SNAP are already feeling the impact of the shutdown. The state can step in for now, but not forever.
These guys in Washington have got to get their act together.
The shutdown began after Congress failed to agree on a funding plan before the deadline, leaving agencies without money they need to keep everything running. Lamont says the state is covering WIC to make sure food assistance for newborns and toddlers continues.
Probably the later in the month, the more we will know.
But SNAP is different. The governor says that program depends on federal money the state can't replace.
SNAP at $72 million a month. We cannot make up all of this. But this is what I believe will be a temporary shutdown. And I think most of this is going to come back. So I'm hoping that we can backstop and make sure people are, can rest assured that nothing's going to change dramatically for them, at least, through the month of October. We can cover them.
The governor also pointed out that some workers who provide services to the state but are paid through federal dollars will continue to see paychecks. That's about 1,300 of them who work full-time for the state but are federally funded. And Lamont says they won't miss a paycheck, at least for now. If the government shutdown continues, it could impact thousands here. Connecticut has more than 10,000 federal workers, including 8,000 tied to the Naval Submarine Base in New London.
I can't fill in for the federal government if they want to walk away from their responsibilities. If they don't want to stop answering the phone, I can't answer all the phones for them. If they want to stop inspecting hospitals and roads, we're doing everything we can to make sure that continues for the near term. But they have their responsibilities. We have our responsibilities. Honor your responsibilities.
But warns the longer this shutdown lasts, the harder it will be. All right, it's important to note the governor did say for things like WIC and SNAP, there is enough money for it to continue through the month of October. However, this shutdown continues, they could go into a special session. In Hartford, Dick Bradshaw, Fox 61.